term, are you hoping that the international regulations change and ease in order to let you travel to these tournaments?
I sincerely hope so, because I would really love to play tennis, because this is what I do. I'm a professional tennis player.
But as things stand, if this means that you miss the French Open, is that a price you'd be willing to pay?
Yes, that is the price that I'm willing to pay. At the moment, of course, I hope that things will change, but I'm also hoping that I can play for many more years. So taking care of my body has always been the highest priority, and because I know that that's going to give me longevity. And I'm certain that if there is still that flair and passion and love for the game in me, and if I take care of my body, I'll be able to have many more opportunities to play the tournaments that I miss.
And if it means that you miss Wimbledon this year, again, that's a price you're willing to pay?
Yes.
Ultimately, are you prepared to forego the chance to be the greatest player that ever picked up a racket, statistically, because you feel so strongly about this jab?
Yes. I do.
Why, Novak? Why?
Because the principles of decision-making on my body are more important than any title or anything else.
But do you understand why a lot of people looking at you with admiration, what you've achieved, you're still only 34, you've got a lot of tennis ahead of you, would find this baffling? They'd say they've had the jab, they've been triple jabbed, it didn't hurt, didn't affect them, they didn't have after effects. Here's a guy who could win 30 Grand Slams, but he might end up with 21, 22, 23 because he feels so strongly about this principle of the right to choose. Can you understand why people find that hard to understand?
I truly understand and respect. And I hope that they can respect, if they cannot understand, at least respect my decision to do so.
You're 34. You have a lot of tennis and life ahead of you. What do you want your legacy to be?
You know, I've been blessed with amazing results that I've made throughout my career. I hope that I can still continue to make records, break records in the future. But it's not the most essential thing of reason why I still play tennis. I play tennis because I still feel connection with the inner child, the 4-year-old boy that took a racket and said, you know, I love this sport, I want to play it all day. I still do it in my center today, being in a role of a player and a coach and a mentor at the same time. I spend most of my time being in Serbia here in this tennis center. I'm coaching kids of different ages on the court, and I always encourage them to ask questions, because it's important. You know, you're not supposed to know everything, but if you draw the strength and the motivation from the right source, which for me is always the passion and love for the game, you will always find that necessary energy to deal with hardships on and off the court throughout your career.